What's going on there, YouTube? It is Gorz here, giving you guys a deck profile with my buddy Ollie. He came to the regional today and took 10th place with Code Talkers. He was probably my most stressful matchup I had. My heart rate was through the roof, and without further ado, let's just get into the deck profile, man.
Yeah, for sure. So we're gonna start with the main deck.
Okay.
So how I approach deck building is I actually don't necessarily look at like split it up by monster spells, traps, stuff like that. I necessarily look at starters, spirit extenders, additional extenders. If you're at Road to the King, you know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
So first off, we're gonna look at the starters of the deck, which is gonna be, we're looking at 14.
All right.
It's gonna be 3 debug, 3 coder, 3 microcoder, 2 ibly, 3 small world, 2 mining, or 3 mining, sorry. There it is. Of course, microcoder, your bread and butter with Lady Debug. This is your floodgate, of course, you summon over.
Okay.
And these 3 searches, getting you, of course, to the coder. That's your main thing. Originally, I had this as a 3rd ibly.
Okay.
But there were too many times where I drew hands that would combo, but I didn't see access to coder. And of course, access to codec is the bread and butter of this deck. You do need to see codec, or you just lose.
Makes sense.
14 starters, max amount of chance you can get. Next, we get the superior extenders. These are the extenders that just like, if you see them, you're just really cracked, and it just helps play through a lot of things. 3 Parallel Exceed, 2 Link Slayer, 1 Code Generator, and then of course 3 Codec and the Reborn.
Okay.
Codec, of course, is the bread and butter of the deck. If you don't know what it does, every time you link summon a Code Talker monster, you target it, and then search a Cyberse that matches its attribute, and you can do that once per attribute. This essentially makes you able to do your extra link combos, do everything rusted. This is another version of Coder that just foolishes.
Okay.
Reborn. This card was actually goated for today. It helped me break so many boards against Swordsoul, against backroad decks, against everything like that. Being able to just special summon and just bait responses off rip without even committing normal is cracked. I honestly probably wanted to play a 3rd one of this. Ended up cutting it to kind of bring the deck down. And of course, Parallel Exceed. We play 3 just because of Small World. But other than that, that's superior extenders. For additional extenders, these are just stuff that you end up searching, stuff that ends up doing well, stuff that just keeps your combo going, as well as just pieces you end up searching. We played a good few of them. Played 8. Converter, Dotscaper, Format Skipper, MathMex, Exporter, and Gotchery.
Okay.
So the MathMex are crazy. I never resolved Sigma once, but it was actually a pain in the ass to get. Dotscaper, of course, is crazy. Format Skipper, you actually don't want to draw this, can't special summon itself, but it lets you change attributes, go into Heat Soul, and allows you to search Gotchery, which is crazy, making any monster or towers until the end of your opponent's turn is wild. Exporter, I was originally not going to play this card. I was originally going to play it as Link Infraflyer. It's another wind, but the whole thing about why I was going to Infraflyer was because of Talkback Lancer, requires a level 2 or lower, and this is a 5. It helped in that I was be able to search it off of Format Skipper if I already saw Gotchery. Overall, it didn't come up, but it was nice. For defense, we played 10. It was, well, actually we played 11. Here's Codec, here's Conflict. We did 3 Ash, 3 Bell, 3 Droplet, 1 Call By, 1 Conflict. Conflict is Infernity Barrier, but
yeah,
for
the card's
coders,
insane, and it banishes.
It banishes, and also your opponent can't activate copies of the card that it banishes for the rest of the turn. So
yeah,
like
that's crazy.
Lightning Storm, Chalice, all that stuff.
So it's like a
wild.
counter trap, cross out, Infernity Barrier hybrid.
It's insane, and it's searchable off of microcoder. So if you open Codec, then you can just search this, set this behind your extra link, and it's almost impossible to put out your board. Bell and Ash, best hand traps of the format. I was debating about cutting this to 2 to go down to 43, but eventually I was like, fuck it, it's opening good with 44, so why not?
Yeah.
And then Droplet, Call By, Broken, Combo Deck, you want to see this. Droplet's crazy. This card is honest. In my mind, it's a staple in every deck.
Yeah.
I would have loved to put in Talents with this. I was actually going back and forth between the 2. Eventually I was just like, Droplet's just too good for board breaking.
Yeah, Droplet's insane.
And then of course the 1 brick in the deck, the Sanctuary. This is actually what makes the entire deck possible and makes the like extra link stick. Because typically what you do in 2017 is you just run the Ibly in and it'd literally just be sacrifice battle phase. But this card, if you know that 0 attack monsters bump each other, then this card keeps your extra link alive and they can't out it just as well. Main deck, 44 cards. Honestly, it was fine. I did test hands. Consistency still works. You open combo like 90-95% of the time. There was 1 game today where I ended up bricking when I was going first. Everything else, I was able to play through stuff.
Hell yeah.
For the extra deck, in playing this deck and playing the extra deck version, 14 out of 15 slots of your extra link of your extra deck are accounted for, so it's kind of hard to find room. You play 1 Code Talker, 1 Transcode, 1 Xcode, Inverted, Heat Soul. Heat Soul's great. People say this made the deck. It really didn't. It makes the deck, I guess, a little bit better. You play fire extenders and you get to draw one. But honestly, the water extenders off a shooting code are a little bit better. It's just this is infinitely better than shooting code. And it's a nice backup plan if you like breaker, they stop you in your combo, and you can do the heat soul control.
Yeah.
Then we played Splash Mage. We did Tri-Gate package, so we were going to be able to go into Tri-Gate negate on top of our extra link, not just extra link with Avermax.
Yep.
Play double Bay Links to be able to do extra link and also search the field spell. And of course, we played the man off the ban list himself, Firewall. Actually did Ghost Ray. We need that. And then we also did Access Code. It's a combo piece in the deck. And of course, Titular Monster. And the 15th slot was Update Jammer. I was back and forth a lot.
Card's insane.
You know, it's wild. Being able to FTK is crazy. Originally, this was Linger Evo. Originally, this was the second Code Talker. This was the second Trains Code. There's a lot of things this could be. I eventually settled on Update Jammer just because OTK and going second is just too important.
Yeah.
You don't have Moral Sword access in the deck or anything that else can like really OTK. So you're just doing link combos. So Update Jammer is kind of important.
Yeah, and one of the other things is like the deck is already so good at going first, so the more options you have for going second, the better.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, like I said, you don't use this ever all in the combo. Sometimes you use access code.
Yep.
But yeah, it's pretty good. First side, we did 3 Droll, 3 Nibiru, 3 Cosmic, 3 Talents, 1 Duster, and then 2 Imperm. Overall, my thought process with this, I was mainly playing, of course, for main meta stuff. Yep. Branded was my main target of the weekend, although I never sat in front of a Branded Despia player all day. It was kind of wild. I actually really wanted to because I was really expecting the matchup. That's why I did Ashing Bell. I was really expecting to. In testing, it was beating it fine, but I never sat in front of it all day. Nibiru was cool. I actually really wanted to make this token collector, and honestly today, I mean, it came up once where this was Nibiru when I played against Virtual World earlier, but I still would have rather this Token Collector. I sat in front of Prank Kids and Swordsoul earlier today, and Token Collector just blows that out really easily.
Yeah.
Duster and Cyclone, of course, for back row. Never sat in front of back row all day, thank goodness. And then 2 Imperm just as Veiler, just in case. This card's crazy. Strike the Super is wild. And then Drill's insane. Brave package, you know, any this deck, any search deck, anything like that, any combo deck that goes crazy, Drill's wild against.
All right, cool. So overall, what was your satisfaction with the deck? Do you think it performed the way it needed to?
Honestly, I was super satisfied with the deck. The only reasons like I took my 2 losses was just because of factors I couldn't control. The one game I bricked it mattered in game 2 against one of my opponents, and of course, main man right here took me in round 5. First guy who'd ever break my board all day.
Oh yeah.
He opens Droplet and Talents, and I'm like, oh darn, can't really do much against that.
Who could have done that? They sound really good.
right. Overall, the deck is fantastic. I'm going to fine-tune a little bit more. This honestly is a deck that made me get back into Yu-Gi-Oh! And I'm really happy I decided to pick it up and try it out today.
Well, hell yeah, man. I look forward to seeing you, hopefully on the 21st of June.
Absolutely,
Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you at other events. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to see his matchups, just check out the description below. And I'll also have the imgur link from Dueling Book in there as well. Thank you guys so much for all your support lately. It's Gorz, signing off.